It's not what you say, but what they hear. These are the valuable words of advice from our next guest. Deb Sofield is an award-winning speaker and executive speech and presentations coach who creates and trains world-class public speakers nationwide. Deb has personally coached scores of executives and elected officials to tap into their natural abilities, and her new book, Speak Without Fear, will be hitting store shelves soon. We're delighted to welcome her to Talk Business 360 right now. Deb, welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Deb, Speak Without Fear will be available on shelves soon. Unpack that title for us. What is the book about?
I decided that I would write a book that would help you find the confidence to learn and understand that your message needs to be heard. Now, I know a lot of people say, but Deb, I'm afraid to speak in public. But friends, so many times you have something that needs to be heard by others. So we want to talk about what it would take for you to learn to speak without fear, or sometimes we say with controlled fear, so you're able to put your message out there, not only for yourself, but for others. It's very important that you understand the value of your voice and knowing that you need to be heard, especially in today's marketplace. So the book, Speak Without Fear, will be on the shelves soon. It's a wonderful reminder of your value as a speaker.
Now, you speak to companies, organizations, and at conferences regularly about leadership. What is your core message?
For most people who ask me to come on board and speak, my message is simply this. At some point, you had no fear when you talk about things that you know, believe, love, and care about. So tell me, when did that change? So when I speak to audiences, I remind them of what was it that brought you to this point. I say to a lot of folks, I can add an extra zero to your income. Because the reality is, if you can not only make people hear you, but listen and then take action, it will change the way you're perceived in today's marketplace. So the book, Speak Without Fear, gives you that opportunity, and then me as your coach helps you refine that opportunity so your audience not only will hear you, and remember, the audience isn't listening that much these days, but also take action. And I think that's vitally important in today's environment.
Now, Deb, you're well known for coaching world-class speakers and communicators. Who do you think should seek training?
Everyone should seek training, those who certainly see themselves in leadership. As you climb the ladder for success, you have got to understand that your voice matters. And you need to speak in a way that people not only listen and hear, but again, take action. People who see themselves bigger than they are, or whose job requires them to come out of their shell. A lot of folks I tend to shadow. I help them as they're climbing the ranks of leadership. Because when you're put in this new position, the expectation is you know what to do, and many people don't. So my job as your coach on your team, building you up for outrageous success, is to help you find the skill within yourself to be your very best so others will listen.
And finally, Deb, what's your approach to training?
My approach to training is rather simple. It is one-on-one. You can attend a Deb Sofield seminar. I have them all over. But the fact is I'm brought in by more corporate executives to help them or their team individually. The fact is you're not like anybody else. And so although I can appreciate these organizations that, anybody come to training, well, that doesn't find or fix the fear you might have. And again, this is about you being your very best. So that's why the concept of learning to speak without fear or with controlled fear will help you absolutely become outrageously successful in any environment that you choose. But it is personal training. It is one-on-one. Starting with a book, I go by Skype. I go to a lot of conferences, and I speak all over the world.
Deb, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thanks. Have me back anytime.
To learn more or get in touch with Deb Sofield, visit www.debsofield.com and be sure to check out Deb's new book, Speak Without Fear, available in stores soon.